Yeah, my topic today is about the importance of family, and I will touch on my experiences with fellow Jamaicans, particularly those who arrived in the early 60s. I'm a very passionate Jamaican. I love family. In fact, I'm very family oriented. For me personally, family is about really the most important thing in the world. No amount of money or success can ever take the time or the place spent with my family. Don't get me wrong, my family is far from perfect. My sisters and one brother, we argue, we fight, sometimes even stop talking to each other for long periods. But when it comes down to the crunch, we're like rough and ready. We need each other and we gravitate back to each other. Yeah, I love my family and country of birth, but life threw me a curveball and I made the most of it. Unlike Mother Dearest, who got numerous opportunities to travel overseas to advance her economic status, but because of her devotion and love for us, her children, she kept refusing and insisting that she not going away. In other words, she's gonna stay with us until we pass the worst. And I left the pity them until them pass the worst. All those chances she get, she didn't make the most of it. Luckily, against her will, I managed to persuade her in the year 2016 to get a taste of life in a different country. So, yeah, she came to the UK and we had a good time. Obviously, I got myself entangled with the yoke of bondage and she returned to Jamaica. But obviously, she's keeping okay. As for the COVID season and all that, I'm glad that she's not here in this country because I'm sure that it would affect her even more. But one thing is certain, the more recent arrivals to the UK, like myself, we are more family orientated because we love family. I make it my point of duty to make sure that my mother dearest is okay. Because if mom is not eating properly, I can't live with myself to know that I'm having all this big food and my mom's not eating well. Before that, I'm not gonna eat. On my arrival to the UK, it was like a culture shock. Most of the early Jamaicans who came here in the early 60s, they left young children behind and never looked back. Never look back. Recent events have clarified that the Jamaicans who arrived in the early 60s went through such a rough patch and were less than humane. Consequently, their mindsets were become so muddled that some of them changed beyond recognition. They puffed up and it's like they turned their noses up at the Jamaicans the more modern Jamaicans who just come in the 80s and 90s. You hear about racial harassment and abuse all the time, but I can tell you with certainty that most of the Jamaicans who travel here back in those times are more puffed up and they treat you like you're trespassing on their territory. That's how I feel anyway. They belittle and undermine you and make it seem as though you're not welcome. So it's not really, people talk about racism and prejudice and whatever, but from my experience I realize some of them even wondering when you're packing barrel to send to your family overseas, they're wondering why you're packing barrel and why you're sending them. Some of them come here from the 60s and them never even send a letter. In Jamaica, we say they throw stones behind them. One particular man who arrived here back then, him take it upon for himself to write to Home Office personally to stop people coming here. If him know somebody coming, him write to them and say one Miss Baker coming here, send her back because she coming here to this and to that. Yeah, and when him seal film letter, him say you're sincerely at all times. And the fool man talk about him never know say fridge there Jamaica. Which part of Jamaica him come from? Me never know say fridge there Jamaica. Mm-hmm. Another man him come here in the 50s. Never go back. Never look back. You understand? So him decide to go to Jamaica where they and find out so the house where him born and grew up in it not dead no more. The house move gone. When him look at one road junction where the house where him born used to there. When you look on it for real though, a lot of them have gone through a bad patch. But it not give them no reason to treat us with such bad regard. In the early 18th century, right? Sugar replaced piracy in Jamaica, and the sugar industry was Jamaica's main source of income, and Jamaica became the largest exporter of sugar in the British Empire. So during those period in the 18th century, um, there was an extensive demand for labor, and the English, they bring all these Africans to Jamaica, you understand? But between 1948 and 1970, nearly about 500,000 people moved from the Caribbean to Britain. Most of them faced severe labor shortage in the wake of the Second World War. But after that war now, Britain encouraged immigration from Commonwealth countries. Yes, I want my ears ring gone. Britain was encouraging Jamaicans to come here. All those Jamaicans were coming here to rebuild the country due to a shortage in labor. So what did happen to the people that were there at that time? Well, them never want to work. Anyway, these Jamaican people were promised employment and prosperity. And instead of that, may I tell you, the most recent scandal, my friend Paulette, she ended up died because of the stress where the government caused her. In 2018, a British political scandal concerning people who were wrongly detained, denied them legal rights, threatened with deportation. Some of them, in fact, about 83 people get deported, wrongly deported by the Home Office to Jamaica. You understand? So I've learned over the years that it's not where you live, it's the people that surround you that make you feel at home. You understand? So suffice to say, family is not always blood related. It's the people who accept you for who you are and willing to share your joys and your sorrows and have your best interests at heart. My eldest son has been such a great source of comfort at the lowest point in my life. So I understand exactly what family is about. You understand? So even though you see people live abroad, live here in the UK, some of us not going through a good patch. So when we return home, the most you can do is welcome us with open arm instead of trying to rob us and deprive us of what we work hard for. Through a partner, we throw a partner over the years and boil porridge and drink. And them big food wanna see me I do on YouTube are just a one-off. Most like they know me I boil like a plantain porridge for drink. You understand? And a bed of rose here. And that's the bottom line. The me I try to say Jamaicans have gone to a bad patch, living overseas. So please, for crying out loud, when we return home to a homeland, treat us with regard. Some of us tired. That's why we are looking to come home, to come relax from the bill paying, the stress, the imprisonment. You understand? I'm just, every time I talk about this topic, I get irritated. Yes. Treat your fellow Jamaicans with better regard. No rob us, no steal us, no kill us. Because we have life hard already as it is. We live in a police state where you have to depend your pay and your queue. You understand? As you slip, you slide. Then take away your house, take away everything that you work for. I can tell you, because I bought my house in 2000 and in the year 2000. You understand me? I mean, I have it no more because a long story anyway. Like me say, I will have to keep referring to different topics on different days so you can get the understanding of what life is like. So you wake up to the reality of what's happening. See, COVID coming and now everything shut down, no work now go on. People are struggle, people are suffer, people can't even buy food. Good Lord, only God can have mercy upon us. Alright? So the next topic I'm gonna expand on family because it's an extensive topic. Alright, but for now, thanks for your time. Keep subscribing, keep watching. Me's the realest Jamaican you can ever find, because there's no false bone in this body. No false bone. Realist. Alright? Enough respect. Keep subscribing and tell your friend about Cindy British YouTube channel. Enough respect. Cool.